Hello, and welcome to our new Glarus Code of Conduct preseason information presentation. My name is Mitchell Cernick. I'm the athletic director at New Glarus, and I am excited to share some information with you that could be helpful before beginning the season, before the start of our new school year. First of all, a code of conduct, what that means, that is a set of standards that we outline for all students at New Glarus. It's a 9-page excerpt from our student handbook, and it outlines things that expectations that we have, standards that we have for our students at New Glarus. This is something that is in effect for 12 months out of the year. So even in the summertime, these expectations apply to our students. If there was a violation of the code of conduct, of the information that's in that in the code of conduct, there could be two different kinds of violations of that information, of those standards. The first being a minor violation, and that is something that's going to be dealt with at the local level. So on an individual team, coaches would handle that. Discipline action could be taken, and some examples of a minor violation would include things like missing practice or failing to communicate with a coach about why you might not be in a practice, behavior in school, being disrespectful towards coaches, and unsportsmanlike behavior maybe in games or during practice that could result in consequences internally on the team. A major violation is something that's going to be dealt with from above the team level, something that's going to be dealt with by the athletic director or the principal. And in those cases, there would be disciplinary action that would be taken. So we're just to look at a couple of specific examples of some major offenses. You can see, using, possessing, buying or selling intoxicating beverages, tobacco. Those things would not be allowed, and those things would result in significant consequences. If you are suspended during in school, whether that's in or out of school, so behavior in school that leads to a consequence in school is also going to result in a consequence with athletics. And that last one on there as well, attending a party, being in a vehicle or bar, unless accompanied by a parent or guardian, where alcohol, tobacco, or controlled substances are present, even if a student is not consuming. Now, that's an example also of a situation where it would be a major offense, a major violation of the code of conduct. And there are some exceptions. There are some if you look at the code of conduct, the 9 pages, you can look more specifically at some of these things, but this is just a broad overview of some things that would qualify as a major violation. In general, overall personal conduct, that is something that we expect out of our student athletes, and by extension, the community as well, when we think about how we represent ourselves in athletic events, carrying ourselves in a way that's going to reflect positively on the school of New Glarus, the community, our families, and down to the individual level. We want to represent with pride in those cases. Now, specifically our students that are following the code of conduct, we know some of the things we just touched on: using or possessing alcohol, tobacco, controlled substances, that's going to result in consequences. And again, just some negative ways of thinking about these standards. If there was a situation where a student athlete was ejected from a contest, it's going to automatically result in that student being suspended for the next contest. And this is, suspension or discipline from competition could occur for being disrespectful to school employees, coaches, or officials. We want to conduct ourselves in a positive way. And if we're being, negative, condescending, disrespectful to officials, coaches, opponents, that's going to be an issue. So ultimately, we want to be representing New Glarus with pride and in a positive way. So switching gears here, just in general, here's something else that's included in our code of conduct, and this is our transportation expectations. So students must use the provided transportation that we offer as a school to and from contests unless a waiver is submitted. So waivers allow students to ride home from contests with a parent or guardian from games or events. Transportation is also provided for all of our co-oping sports where practicing would take place away from New Glarus. And in those situations, waivers could also be submitted where students can drive themselves to and from practices, or they could ride with a parent or guardian or an older sibling. Those are options as well. Again, students are expected or required to ride the school transportation unless a waiver is submitted. The attendance eligibility and expectations around attendance. The easiest way to say this is students should be, they must be in school the entire day in order to compete in a game that day. If you have a prearranged doctor's appointment, dentist appointment, ortho appointment, or you have a driver's ed appointment, drive time, these things are okay when they fall on a game day, okay, with the proper documentation. Meaning it has to be communicated ahead of time. It has to be communicated ahead of time, scheduled, and doctor's notes must be submitted through the office in order to make sure that that is a justifiable reason for being absent from school for any period of time on a game day. Again, the easiest way to think about this is on a game day, students are required to be in school for the entire day. I would encourage you, if you have more questions, you can look at the code of conduct, the entire handbook, or you can reach out with specific questions to your coach or to myself. Again, if you have some specific questions about this. But the easiest way to answer this is to be in school on the day of a game. There are documents that we require from all students who participate in sports. We do need a physical exam form submitted every 2 years. We also, every other year, you would need to submit an alternate year card. Online athletic registration, that's going to be, all the information that you're going to need to fill out is on our website. And that website link will be shared with you, but it should walk you right through it, each thing that you need, and you can sign those things online, submit those things online, and get everything taken care of. Students that would need to take impact tests, that information will be shared with those students directly. It's not for every sport, only for contact sports in high school. And again, this year, we have no athletic fees being charged to families. That is something the school board in New Glarus made a change to a few years ago now, and they have continued to pass that on to families to not charge for athletics. So a very generous ruling by our school board to make that no fee to participate in athletics. Something to consider, something to consider, parents, students, is this is an important hierarchy for how we are dealing with concerns on a given team. Now, this is really important that we look at step one as being our first way in which we address concerns. And that is, we want students to contact the coaches directly. This is a huge, we need to be following this hierarchy, this order of following up with concerns on a team. Students reaching out to have a conversation with coaches, assistant coaches, keeping that in-house on the first level of this, which is within the team. I would encourage students, if they have concerns, to reach out to the team captain for support, maybe starting even at that level, connecting with the captain and then approaching the coaches from there. This is going to be the best way to manage 99% of concerns that we have. And it should be the starting place for our conflict resolution. Again, students advocating for themselves, connecting with the coach directly to follow up with concerns. After that has happened, if there are still concerns that exist, at that time, a parent or a guardian is going to, the next step there would be for parents, guardians, family to connect with the coach directly for a follow-up. After that has happened, if there still are concerns around the same issue, the same conflict, the athletic director can be contacted. If there's not a resolution after that, then the principal can be contacted. And again, if we have made it through 4 steps and we have still not found a resolution or come to common terms, common understanding, at that time the superintendent could be contacted as well. But it is important that we stick to this hierarchy, this order of operations for how we are managing concerns and conflicts on our teams. Sportsmanship is something we touched on at the very beginning of this presentation. We want to represent New Glarus with pride and recognize that our actions in the stands as fans, on the floor, on the surface, the playing surface, wherever it is, that the way that we carry ourselves is a reflection of, yes, ourselves, and also our families, our teams, our school, and our community. So when we're traveling on the road and we're playing in a different school, in a different community, and we have a New Glarus jersey on or a New Glarus shirt on, we are representing far more than just ourselves. We're representing an entire population of people, and we want to do that in a positive way. We want to be positive representations of the great, great community of New Glarus and our awesome school. Final couple points here that are worth noting, and this is our athletic trainer will be somebody that is provided for us. We have a connection with SSM Health in Monroe, where we are able to use their athletic trainers to service us at New Glarus. They make visits to the school once a week as needed, and students can sign up to be seen and share some information about why they want to be seen online. That link is on the New Glarus Athletics website. We can get that link to you, or you can find it yourself online. And just to note also that athletic trainer coverage will be provided at home football and home soccer games as well. These are some of the key points that we wanted to pull from our code of conduct. Again, this makes up our entire student handbook at New Glarus. If you have additional questions about these things, encourage you to contact your coaches directly for more information. And if they do not have an answer for you, I'm more than happy to help as well. And that is my information there, my email. Again, my name is Mitchell Cernick, and I'm the athletic director at New Glarus. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for watching this presentation. Again, we love being able to provide athletic opportunities for our students. We know there is so much benefit to participating in team sports, and very, very excited about this upcoming season. Please reach out with any questions or concerns, or if we can be helpful in any way. Thank you very much.